Welcome to the Bubblist. This is James.
I'm Adam.
And we got a lot to talk about. Oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start out. What excites you about the NBA right now?
Nothing.
Nothing? We're 15 days in. You know what? There's one team that one team in particular that's been actually doing very good. I believe they're 5-3 right now. I know it's only early. It's 5-3. It don't mean shit. But Phoenix.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns looks like an offensive juggernaut. And they finally thought they were an offensive juggernaut last year with Devin Booker, but this year they finally they're finally finding a defense. Mm-hmm. And could they be this year's Denver? Mm-hmm. Denver came on the scene last year like guns blazing. Yeah, they got the 2 seed or the 1 or 2 seed.
No, they're the 1.
Yeah, the 1 seed. And I'm not saying Phoenix is gonna be like that, but could we see a 6, a 5 seed, a 6 seed from the Suns?
Probably, but I think the big reason you will is because obviously Warriors aren't making shit.
Stephen Curry is now out for what, 3 months?
3 or 4.
They're dead. They're dead. They're now they're done. Now
and
I
Clay
can say
basically saying he's not going to be back this year.
So, Clay's not coming back this year. Curry will be back in 3-4 months, and by that time, they could be 12 games out of 8th place. Yeah. They could be gone. And you know what? I'm switching Golden State out. Of course, I can't, whatever. Whatever. Now because of the injury, Curry, Golden State out of the playoffs. I'm putting the Phoenix Suns in there. Yeah. I like the Suns.
But also, as I've watched, kind of like I told you earlier, the Lakers, outside of winning against the Bulls because the Bulls don't know how to play in the fourth quarter, Lakers look like fucking shit. Lakers aren't.
But they're 6-1.
Even then, they don't look good.
Right, I get it, but
they're not gonna keep winning.
I think they will, and you know what? It's early, and it's just hot takes right now. I could see them as a 3 seed. I still think
one of them is gonna get hurt.
I still think Houston and the Clippers are the tops of the West. And yeah, you're right, because it is only 7 games in. When was the last time LeBron James played all 82 games? Yeah. It's been like 4 or 5 seasons.
Davis hasn't played a full season in 4 years.
You're right. So
one of them's going to get hurt.
And then
the rest of the team is
not good.
Shit.
Yeah, they suck. They suck. Toronto, I was just looking at Toronto. I think they're 5-2.
Yeah.
And they're a surprise to me. That they are actually showing that, hey, we're still here.
Yeah.
But we're the champs. Yeah, we don't have Kawhi, but we're still the champs. And they're showing it.
They're still there.
They're showing it.
Milwaukee.
Yes. Milwaukee. Exactly. Yeah. Toronto's 5-2. That's
Milwaukee.
Pretty. So is Milwaukee. So is
Miami.
Philly. And Miami.
Miami.
And I told you about Boston. I told you. I know it's only 6-7 games in, but I'm telling you about Boston.
I told you about Miami.
Everybody tells everybody about Miami. I'm telling you about Boston.
Yeah, Boston was a playoff team the past 2 years.
Yeah, but
that's not like
Kyrie Irving. Yeah, they got somebody that's better for their team, not a better player, but better for their team in Kemba Walker, and it shows. It even shows in these 7 games. It damn shows. And they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
But they'll still be an out.
Because of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we got our none of them have a Giannis.
Lovely basketball out of the way. We're going, lovely Giannis, but we're going to something that was interesting this week. There were a few interesting games this week in the NFL. We're going down the line. What did we learn in the Frisco, Arizona game?
That Arizona is not good. That's San Francisco is.
No. I learned that Arizona could almost come back and win the game. It showed me that Arizona has fight in them. I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team, but they have fight.
They do, but here's the thing. Almost coming back and winning still isn't winning.
I agree.
Yeah, if you lose by 3 or you lose by 50, you still lost. It doesn't really matter.
Hey, Vin Diesel.
Still, well, no. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you lose by if you still lose. Like, I mean, it counts the same. Like, you don't get half a loss for losing by a point.
You're gonna have a loss if you tie.
Yeah, well, in hockey, yeah.
So, yes, exactly. No, yeah, I get it. Houston destroyed Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville sucks. Or Houston is just on top of the AFC South. Washington, Buffalo did what they did. Buffalo is legit. Their defense is legit for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tennessee is god awful.
Yeah.
Carolina beat them. Kansas City beats Minnesota. That was great.
Yeah.
Matt Moore and Kansas City beats Minnesota. Miami finally gets their first win, and it's against the poor lonely Jets.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Philly Beach.
Chicago doesn't have. They don't have an offense.
Yeah.
They don't have an offense. Indianapolis, they lose because our boy cannot kick the ball anymore. Field goal missed.
Well, no, that was also because Brissett got hurt.
Yeah, that is true. Brissett is hurt. How long is he out for?
Not long.
Not long, because
it's like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, that was 2 or 3 weeks. Might mean something, and that might make Houston the clear favorites.
It might,
to win
but
that
I
AFC
could see
South.
like the division like being so like depending on who Indy faces. Like if they're facing like some cupcakes, like I mean, then it might not really matter because they still have a pretty good team around.
Right.
Whoever their backup is, I think it's Dobbs.
Colts have for the roster. They got
Hoyer. Hoyer's a good backup.
All right, Brissett is he's got MCL, but it's a bruise.
Yeah.
He's questionable even in the next game. So
probably 2 or 3 weeks at most.
2 or 3 weeks.
And I think they still have a bye coming up.
Let's see. Scheduling.
Or did they already have their bye?
They already had their bye. No, actually, yeah, you might be right because they got Miami.
Yeah.
And they got Jacksonville.
And Miami's not going to get 2 wins.
No.
I mean, 1 win was something.
They got Miami and they got Jacksonville, both in Indianapolis.
Then Houston.
So, and
Houston, Brissett will probably be back.
Yes. So actually, you're right. They might have dodged
games with
2 very winnable games. But yeah,
their defense is good too. Their Mac is having a good year, so they have a good enough run game that like Hoyer doesn't have to. Plus, Hoyer was at one point a starting quarterback. He's good enough to win you a game if you have to. It's not like you have fucking Chase Daniels.
That's true. That's very true.
Or fucking who was the Packers' horrible quarterback last year?
Oh, Kaiser.
No, besides him, the other one, Hundley.
Yeah, he's fucking awful. Yeah, he is. As long as you're not as bad as Hundley, that's fine. Detroit themselves, and Seattle themselves.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say about those 2 games. Green Bay got a little piece of humble pie.
It was kind of expected to eventually happen that they just have a game where they're just off.
And you know what? I'm gonna make the excuses. It was the day after daylight savings time. You're in LA. You're already 2 hours behind from Green Bay. It was a 3:00 game. So and you know what the timing and all that shit. I'll just say they were tired and they didn't know what the fuck was going on. And the Chargers are not a bad team. They just started. They just had a lot of bad luck.
I think
they're a good team still.
They're an okay team. I think a lot of it was the first few weeks they didn't have Ingram on the line, and having him back and Bosa helps them a lot.
It does. And then you got to remember that when they lost 2 weeks ago, it was because of a goddamn fumble by Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
They should have won 3 in a row right now.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though that's kind of interesting still about it was a really bad game for the Packers, but it's kind of interesting that even in their bad games this year, they're really not turning the ball over.
No, they're not, which is good.
And
it's just that
that's
their
kind of
offense
different.
stops.
Well, I mean, against that defense at full strength, I think a lot of ones will stop. But tough. I think, like, in years past, when the Packers have been bad, like, they've also ended up being thrown, even with Rodgers, throwing like 2 or 3 interceptions or fumbling it twice.
Right.
Like, they're not turning the ball over. Like, the offense just wasn't working because, number one, you have one of the best safeties in football in Darwin James. You have good enough secondary in Hayward and Verrett, like, and good pass rushers. So it's a really good defense.
Really good defense when healthy.
Yeah.
Denver beats Cleveland. Cleveland sucks.
Yeah. They were going to be a playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody was wrong on that one. Everybody was
wrong. But no
one
was wrong about Lamar being MVP.
No one was wrong
about Lamar being MVP. Lamar just sacked all over the Patriots.
He just teabagged the whole Patriots defense, didn't he? Holy crap. Of course Lamar Jackson did that.
Yep.
And then Dallas
because Lamar is a good quarterback.
God damn it.
And he's about to be the MVP.
God damn it. And Dallas beats the Giants.
Yeah.
I went 8-6. You went 11-3. Actually, that's really good. I'm 78, 56-1. You are 82, 52-1. You have 4. Well, you're up 4 on me.
We should take the tie away from both of us because that's not right.
It is right.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Game should have ended ties.
Well, that's what happens in the NFL.
It doesn't happen in any other fucking sport. Like no other sport has games end in a tie.
Soccer.
Soccer's not real.
Well, it's football.
No, it's not. But it's not here. It's not.
Well, we have ties, and that's how it is.
No.
Damn it.
I actually in soccer, don't they do shootouts too?
In some leagues.
To end ties? Like they do like kickoffs or shootouts or whatever. Like, I literally think football is the only sport that lets the game end in a tie. Baseball will go 22 innings just so it doesn't happen.
Oh my god.
Baseball is like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, the game's still going. Just keep going.
Yeah, but baseball's also a league that you don't have to play all 162 games.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, you have 58 wins, you have 70 wins, it's the end of the season, we need to make a game up. Nah, screw it, we don't want to play it.
Yeah, but what do you think having less games in football means you shouldn't let a game end in a tie?
I don't know. Maybe. Sure.
Because, like I said, like baseball, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're like the 15th inning and still tied, like, no, just keep going. That's basically what happened to the Cubs World Series. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. They're just like, no,
it's ready.
Just go.
Go on out there. It's the World Series.
Someone's going to win eventually. Keep going.
Just keep going.
It's the 30th inning. Just go.
Game 7. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So, here's our picks for the NFL week. This week, we got the Chargers at the Raiders.
Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chargers are going to go on their run. I'm telling you this right now. They're going 10-6. They are right now, I believe, 3-5. They will be 10-6. Mark my words. Detroit at Chicago. Oh my dear God.
I'll just say the Lions because the Bears are more of a train wreck than they are. Lions still have a good enough. Like, yeah, they fuck themselves over a lot, but they still have enough of a base of a decent enough team and offense that they can somehow score points.
I'm going to say Detroit.
And the Lions are able to score more than 14 points, which is something the Bears can't do.
No, they cannot. So, I was really thinking of a tie, honestly. But
especially since now the Bears kicker is randomly missing kicks.
Yeah, now he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I'll go with Detroit. Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Baltimore's going to crush them.
Yeah, I think Baltimore will.
Lamar's going to keep his MVP march.
Damn it. Buffalo at Cleveland.
Bills.
I'm going to go Buffalo also. I'm going Buffalo. Atlanta at New Orleans.
Saints.
Yes, this is too easy. New Orleans. Giants at Jets.
Why?
Because it's scheduled. And it has to happen.
Someone made a mistake.
Yes. There were a lot of mistakes made, and there will be a lot of mistakes made this Sunday in New York. I'm going to go with
I'll just say Jets.
Giants. I'm going Giants. You're going Jets?
Yeah.
I'm going Giants. Because of Saquon, that's the only reason. Not Miami.
I'll go Jets because Le'Veon.
There you go. Le'Veon versus Saquon. Arizona at Tampa Bay.
Bucks.
I'm going Arizona. Arizona's got fight. So does Tampa Bay.
Tampa's got surprisingly a decent enough offense around. Jameis isn't going to be their quarterback for much longer.
He's not,
but they have with Arians a good enough offense that it's they're not going to be only scoring like the Bears where it's 10, 14 points.
Yes.
They're going to put up points. I mean, Mike Evans is having a huge year.
He's having an amazing year.
I think last week was his third game with multiple touchdowns and 100 yards.
That's awesome. That is, he might be offensive player of the year.
That's hard for a receiver to get that. You gotta break records and I mean, it's kind of like a Madden when I had the receiver be the MVP. I was Mike Evans.
It was. Kansas City at Tennessee.
Kansas.
Yeah, I got Kansas City. I don't care if Matt Moore is starting or not. Miami at Indianapolis.
Indy.
Yeah, I got Indy also. Rams at Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh too. I think the Rams are falling apart.
Yeah.
It's that Super Bowl hangover for sure. Carolina at Green Bay.
I think Packers bounce back because it's at home.
I agree.
Their offense gets going a little bit, and they kind of focus a little bit more on McCaffrey. They'll probably line Savage or Amos just on him all game and just kind of figure out how to limit a bit of the running game, and that's kind of all Carolina really has with the young quarterback and no real receivers.
Yes.
So I think the Packers will bounce back against despite having Luke Kuechly, a kind of below average defense.
Yeah, agreed. Minnesota at Dallas.
I'll say Cowboys.
I'm going Dallas too because it's a Sunday night football game and Kirk Cousins is still the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, right? Yeah. That's the reason why. That's the only reason why. Seattle at Frisco.
I'll say Seattle.
I'm going Seattle too. I got Seattle.
Think Wilson kind of does his random luck thing, and
yes, their horseshoe up their ass type thing. Their Seattle does Seattle things, and wins in an overtime game on Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. That's what we got for the NFL. Who is your douche of the week?
Let's go. The Chicago Bears organization as a whole.
I agree.
Just
what in the goddamn fuck?
Well, there's a few things. One, if Mitch was who you thought was going to be a good quarterback, okay, I understand. Taking him a draft is kind of a crapshoot anyways. You really don't know what any of these players are going to be like in the pros. So, okay, that's who you thought was good. Whatever, take him. But they are, completely, leaving him out to the wolves to get, fucking slaughtered, just like they did to Cutler.
Yeah.
They
are
basically saying, 1 week, Nagy tells him, I want you to watch the Fox broadcast of the game so you can watch your body language and, kind of listen to, what they're saying about you so you can kind of focus in on what you need to do to improve. Then his next press conference, Mitch basically says, today at practice, one of the things we're doing to get focused on the game is we're turning off all TVs so we don't have to hear any of the outside noise and on the outside.
How's that going to help you?
And then he also, on ESPN Radio today, they had this story where supposedly, daily, Mitch calls his high school coach to get a pep talk. He literally calls his high school football coach to give him a pep talk, and it's not just a part of it is Nagy too. Nagy's too stubborn to change his offense. When there are times when Mitch actually looks decent in the offense and they're moving the ball, but Nagy won't continue to call those plays. He'll still want to do his random shit and Pace. I don't know how, the only reason he won Executive of the Year last year and now he won Coach of the Year was because their defense randomly got them 12 wins. But even at Pace, he's traded up for almost every pick he's taken.
Yeah.
And all of them except Roquan Smith have busted.
Agreed.
Leonard Floyd is basically nothing.
Yes.
Mitch could be okay, but he's not worth the number 2 pick. Kevin White isn't even in the league anymore.
No, he's gone.
Who was and then the fourth one's Roquan.
Yeah.
And Roquan's good, but now he's having his issues where he hasn't been as good this year, and he's kind of like having his like psychological problem as to why he's not playing good. So, and even some of his signings, like Allen Robinson is amazing.
He's the best one.
Yeah,
he is. He's the best. He's the best offensive player on that team.
Yeah, but he's also signed Trey Burton.
Yeah.
Who does he even have a catch this year?
No, he's lost. He's gone. He's like Crawford.
Taylor Gabriel, who's a good receiver, but they don't even look to.
Yeah. No, you're right. He doesn't.
Then this also
they have Adam Shaheen, who's god awful.
Yeah, and that was a second round draft pick.
Yeah,
they traded up for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then they also signed who was it? On defense, they signed Hawkland Dix, which is okay, but he's not.
I mean, he's been doing all right.
Yeah.
They have Eddie Jackson. He's good.
Eddie Jackson's good, but like.
But yeah, like the Bears.
And like it's funny.
Like one of the worst.
It's funny because even like on the score on my way over here, they were talking about how like the Bears. Number one, are making themselves like even more of a joke by saying this whole like, we don't want to hear any of this like criticism of us. And like, even though I usually don't like her, I like your show tonight with Julia DeCaro. She basically said, like, you don't want to hear criticism about how bad your team is. Don't hype up your team before the year.
Don't be we're a playoff team.
Don't make a club dub to celebrate every little victory.
Yeah.
Don't. And also, like, if you play like crap, you're gonna get criticized.
Yeah,
it's not gonna. You're not. We're not gonna praise you for like being bad. You have if your expectations were playoffs.
We're gonna tell you suck.
If your expectations were playoffs, then
that's what our expectations are.
That's what we were expecting too. So you should be able to handle the criticisms, and
they don't.
They can't, and that's also partially a problem with being kind of in Chicago too.
Oh yeah, it's a huge city.
As our fans and like
the fans in Chicago is insane. Chicago, New York, Philadelphia. You cannot take the criticism. Don't play for those 3 cities.
Yeah.
Don't ever play for those 3 cities. And what they need to do. Fuck. You know what?
They need a new quarterback.
Yeah, and you know what?
They probably need a new coach because Nagy's so stubborn.
Well, here's the thing. I think Nagy thinks that Mitch Trubisky is not his quarterback. He wants somebody else. He's seen Mitch Trubisky and he's like, you know what? He's not going to cut in my system.
But that's partially.
That's why he can't even do his system. What he says. I mean, they have it so dumbed down for Mitch that it's like. You're not even playing the offensive system that the coach wants because you suck at this game.
Well, no, but that's partially Nagy's fault too.
I agree.
Because Nagy...
He doesn't have the trust.
Well, no. Nagy, even when he was in KC, was basically telling the Chiefs, if the 3 are available, take Mitch. Because he's going to have basically the highest ceiling. So that's why the Bears hired him, because he liked Mitch and KC.
That makes sense.
And now he's awful.
And now they have Patrick Mahomes over there, and Andy Reid's like, thank you.
That's kind of one of the weird things too. Is like that they were talking about on the score, saying how like that, like even the coach hire might have been a mistake. And if you're judging pace on this, he's had 2 coach hires and basically 2 quarterback moves, and they've both been failures.
Yeah,
he hired John Fox, and he signed Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Then he drafted Mitch Trubisky and he signed Mike Glennon to like an $18 million contract. But like the other thing,
that was god awful.
The other thing she was saying was how he's like the reason he seems like such a big mistake is you look at like the other young coaches in the league right now, and she even brought up LaFleur in Green Bay, and Kingsbury in Arizona, like Shanahan. I mean, he's been there 3 years, but still Shanahan.
Still Shanahan.
And how they took someone just because he came from the KC system.
Yep.
And that this is basically looking like when people hire people from the Patriot system.
Yep.
Where they expect them to be like amazing and great, and then they don't realize.
Well, Doug Peterson's really good from the Andy Reid tree.
Yeah, but Peterson's a little bit of a different story too, because Peterson also played under Andy Reid when he was the quarterback for the Eagles, when he was the backup.
Yes.
So he had a little bit more experience even then, and like that's the whole thing that a lot of the former Patriots coaches. Like McDaniels flamed out in like half a season in Denver.
Yeah.
Patricia might get fired if Detroit can't win a few more games. Flores is doing Miami things in Miami.
Yeah, he's gonna be fired.
Yeah, but like, and then you look at the KC, like, yeah, Doug Peterson's a great coach. But the other thing, like my one friend who's a Nagy fan kept saying as soon as they hired him was, oh, well, Andy Reid said of all his assistants he's had, Matt Nagy's the most ready to be a head coach. And I kind of texted back like, yeah, well, he's not going to say, oh, no, he fucking sucks. He's awful. I wouldn't hire him. It's one of his assistants that he's helping to get a job. You're not going to be like, oh, no, don't hire him. That's a bad idea.
Exactly. No, my douche of the week is a personal douche. It's I'm not going to say his full last name, but Rick M. He is a bowler. He used to be on Thursday nights where I bowl, and he is just a gigantic meathead Bears fan. Tried pounding down the Packers when they were losing against the Chargers, and I put him in his place, and he deleted me and blocked me from Facebook. So Rick M., you are my douche of the week. So,
you know what Giannis just did?
What
He's the first player in NBA history to have 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in his first 8 games.
What?
Giannis is going to teabag the league. He has 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists.
In the first 8 games, and that's the most ever?
Yeah. First player in NBA history to have 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists.
Let's see what the average on that shit is. I gotta see this. So 200 divided by 8 is 25 points a game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like probably 12 rebounds.
25, 12 and a half. And 6 1/4.
Yeah.
Wow, 25 points. 12, 25, 12 and a half, and 6 assists.
Yeah.
Wow. That doesn't make sense, because, I mean, okay.
I mean, they're 5-2, so
I'm just trying to think, like, what about Russell Westbrook? But no, that makes sense, because he never averaged 25 points a game.
No.
He was, like, maybe 20 points a game. Like, he would probably have the rebounds and the assists, but the points would be what...
You'd think LeBron would be the one that would have
that. Well, he wasn't really that big of a rebounder. He only averaged 7 or 8 a game.
Yeah.
But Giannis...
Or Kevin Love in his stat stuffing days.
Yes! 32 points, 27 rebounds.
And they still lose by 20.
Exactly. You know, Andre Drummond right now is on pace of having the most rebounds, the best rebound average for a season at 19.8.
That's cool.
19.4 is the record with Will Chamberlain. And then our boy Dennis Rodman's 18.2. So, WWE.
Yep.
What a turn of events.
Yep.
The
Fiend.
First off, started Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
He's the champ.
Yep.
He's finally the champ.
Somehow the OC won the best tag team in the world.
Well, I can see that, actually.
I thought it was going to be one of the champions just because they're the champions.
Yeah, but yes, but that's not how WWE
But I also think that this probably means they're going to beat the Viking Raiders eventually.
Eventually, they'll rival after the Survivor Series, the Angles and all that stuff. But they pulled the trigger, and Bray Wyatt is now our Universal Champion.
Yep.
And what everybody was afraid of, I was extremely afraid of, is like, oh my God, they're going to have 2 champions on SmackDown. How the fuck are they going to have another champion on Raw?
Brock quit SmackDown.
But Brock quit SmackDown to go to Raw to beat the fuck out of Rey Mysterio.
Well, actually, Rey Mysterio beat the fuck out of him.
Exactly. Because Rey Mysterio beat the fuck out of Brock. So we have a title match in Survivor Series, which I'm okay with. I like it. Let's go.
Rey's a good contrast for Brock.
Yeah.
Rey, basically used to have that history.
Each other before,
had that history of being a giant killer.
Exactly.
But going back to the Saudi Arabia, I like that they kind of teased that there would be a no finish in the Bray Seth match.
Yes.
When Seth pushed Bray into the pyro. Seth was just like sitting there and then tried to grab one of the boxes and explode in his face. And then Bray was just standing up.
Then he just stands up like he's fucking Michael Myers, like he's Jason Voorhees, and then Mandible Claw.
He did the Sister Abigail then quad.
Yes.
Yeah. That was good. The tag team turmoil thing was fun. The women's match was good. I think I get why they picked who they picked. I think they could have picked better people if they were willing to go.
Right. Exactly, if they were willing to go. But you know what? These were 2 very safe bets.
Yeah.
They really were. It was a safe bet to have Lacey Evans, and it was a safe bet for Natalya.
Yeah.
Then
they got delayed. And NXT fucked it up.
Then they got delayed, and then SmackDown was one of the best SmackDowns in a very long time. And the funny thing is that Vince McMahon did most of it.
Yeah. Because he was the one person that was back besides Brock.
Yeah, exactly. And him and Triple H
and Shawn
all thought through this shit. And I was extremely surprised that it was not a full Triple H show, and it was Vince McMahon for the... What the fuck?
What?
You got a bug on you. Wait, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, I got it.
But yeah, it was a interesting show. But yeah, I liked Brock, the whole Brock saying he quit SmackDown, so you don't have that fear of Brock potentially squashing the Fiend and just unifying the titles, like they've done in the past. And yeah, like you said, Vince signed off on everything that would happen on the show. And it was cool.
I was surprised that he signed off for Adam Cole to beat Daniel Bryan clean.
I'm not, because it's Daniel Bryan. He kind of lets people beat Daniel Bryan all the time. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. You're right.
I'm more surprised he agreed to him beating Seth Rollins.
Yes.
But no, even a few people have told me that they're surprised Vince let him do this on. But I say, Vince, above all else, and it proves it with the Fiend winning the title, knows where the money comes from.
Yeah.
And right now it's the Fiend in NXT.
Yes, it is.
So he knows, okay, if I put these people on SmackDown and just have them get run over by SmackDown, then I'm going to have, Hell in a Cell, have more people pissed off and just, threatening to leave the network and all this stuff. So I'm going to make them all look strong, look kind of like the Nexus when they debuted.
Exactly.
And just have them run over people.
Exactly.
Then Raw happened again.
And it great shit again. And we got an Adam Cole Seth Rollins match, but of course a bad ending. But we expected.
But you weren't going to have either one of them clean pin the other one, because they're both need a little protection from that kind of stuff. Because you weren't going to have Adam Cole lose his title.
No.
And you weren't going to have Seth
Rollins lose
to Adam Cole this early. But I also liked Triple H's little promo about at SmackDown, saying how like at Saudi Arabia, he just saw the commercial of SmackDown Raw versus NXT.
And he's like, they called us out.
They're calling us out. And he was basically said, like, well, if you want a war, like, this is our
war. You got a war. Yeah. We're coming to you first. And I love what they're doing with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
She's looking awesome in this shit. I'm excited for that match. Bayley versus Becky versus Shayna.
Yeah.
No, they have... And you know what? I'm glad that they have a mixture this year of, yes, we're going to get Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT or main roster versus NXT or something like that.
Yeah.
But we're still going to have Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio for the title.
Yeah.
We're still going to get...
Probably Bray versus Miz.
Yeah. We're going to probably get Bray versus Miz, and then we're probably going to... Not probably, but we are going to get Bobby Lashley versus Rusev.
Yeah.
So it's good that they still have storylines going on while the chaos of Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT is going on.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it fits. It seems like it's a good flow. It doesn't seem like it's all over the place. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And we got about 2 or 3 more weeks of this until before Survivor Series.
Yeah, I like it. And I also
I'm excited
like
to see where it goes.
Kind of how they added into it tonight on NXT.
Yes.
When they had the Club versus Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and Ciampa.
And that was very interesting.
Like, the end of the match was Finn Balor ran out and attacked Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Then AJ did the little... for the Club, and then Finn just looked at him.
Just did the whole...
And then Adam Cole comes from behind and lays out AJ Styles.
Yeah, and then lays out Ciampa.
Cole just kind of like smile at each other, and Finn walks off. So
it's like interesting. And it's like, okay, like there's a lot of rumors going on, and you and I are definitely speculating that Seth Rollins is going to do a Stone Cold Steve Austin type angle.
And turn on Raw.
But now that you have Balor in there, like, maybe siding with Raw or
well, no, because he was more siding with Cole with Undisputed Era. Because,
you're right.
Like, you basically saw, like, AJ locked on Finn, and then Cole hit him from behind.
Yeah. So but no,
and usually, like, when that happens, like, no, like, they do that as, like, kind of their handshake. When they do that, it's like who they're taking out.
Yeah. No,
he did that to Gargano.
He did do that.
And then he aimed like right at AJ, and then Cole came in and like laid him out.
And laid him out. Damn.
And like it would make sense for that too, because when Finn left Japan, it was AJ who took over the Bullet Club, and the way they took over was they jumped Finn. Like, on his last match, and then...
They jumped him, and then he was gone.
Then he went to NXT. So it makes sense he'd still... Because his whole character now is, like, about, like, how his past is, like, creating, like, his future now, and, like, that would still be, like, a past grudge as him versus AJ Styles.
Oh, God, yeah.
So that's cool. I think... I really don't know what the team is going to be for NXT.
I don't know.
But I could see Ciampa leading it.
I could see Ciampa. And, like, Ciampa, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee.
Well, I don't know if it'll be those Jacoby. I don't know if it'll be those 4. I'm more thinking it'll be, like, Ciampa, Cole, because Cole's not going to have a match because they're not going to defend the title on the Survivor Series. Then maybe like Finn and Matt Riddle or Keith Lee and Dijakovic because it's like 5 people.
I can see that. I can totally see that. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Then Raw's going to obviously be like Seth, Baron Corbin. No, Baron's on SmackDown.
AJ.
Seth, AJ, probably Gallows and Anderson, probably.
Well, they're going to be in the tag team.
No, they're not.
They're not. You're right. They're not. I forgot about that. So, yeah, you're going to have the OC, Seth, and, who were we saying? Fuck.
Probably Rusev, maybe.
No, Rusev is facing Bobby Lashley.
I don't know who else is that. Because Baron's on SmackDown. Maybe Drew McIntyre.
Oh, fuck, that's right, yeah. Oh, wow, that's going to be fucking weird. McIntyre... fucking AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows.
And Seth Rollins.
Yeah. That'll be an interesting fucking match. I mean, for at least Raw on that side. And
then on SmackDown will probably be like Baron,
Roman.
Yep. Yeah.
Baron, Roman, Strowman.
Yeah. Yeah, because they'll put all the big people over there.
Yeah, holy fuck, Baron, Roman, and Strowman. And then,
maybe a tag team, like...
New Day?
I don't know, because Xavier's hurt.
Well, Kofi and Big E.
Yeah, maybe, or even maybe Heavy Machinery.
Okay.
Give them kind of a...
give them a little bit of a run. I could see that. Well, I got nothing else, honestly.
Joe Flacco still sucks. Even though Lamar Jackson randomly disappeared in my game, I'm still going to win MVP now with Josh Fields.
Well, good luck.
I don't need luck. I'm 9-0.
I'm James.
I'm at least making the playoffs.
This is the Pup List. I'm out. Adios!